our today's topic is about gel chromatography. So gel chromatography, it is a type of chromatography. And what is chromatography? Chromatography is a technique by which you can separate your sample like protein or polysaccharide or nucleic acid and all. So it will give result in form of color. So chromo means color and graphy means in the graph form or in written form. So this is all about chromatography. So this is gel chromatography, gel permeation chromatography, gel filtration chromatography, gel exclusion chromatography, molecular exclusion chromatography, molecular sieve chromatography. These are different types of name of gel chromatography. Okay, and separation on the basis of size and the molecular weight. This is the principle of the chromatography, that in chromatography if you are separating your sample, it may be protein or polysaccharide or it may be nucleic acid, so you can separate it on the basis of their weight and their size. Okay, so this is system, this is apparatus of gel chromatography. So we can begin from here. So this is a bottle in which buffer solution plus your sample is there. So this is a mobile phase. There are two types of phase. First of all, mobile phase, and there is a stationary phase. Okay, so this is mobile phase in which your sample is put in here, and then buffer solution. So what is the function of buffer here? So buffer solution maintain the pH in which the resin is present. What is resin? Resin is this is resin, like beads are present. Okay, and this is also known as stationary phase. These beads are stationary phase. So it is formed of dextran or agarose, or dextran it may be Sephadex G50 or 75. It depends on the size of the sample, size of the protein or whatever is your sample. Now from here, buffer goes with your sample and it goes here in the column where stationary phase is present, and from here the buffer comes with your sample. First of all, buffer comes and detected here and it is collected in this tube. Then your sample comes and collected in this tube. Samples are of three types. There is large protein. If you have taken protein as your sample, so first of all large size protein is collected, then intermediate size, and then small size protein is being collected. So first of all large size protein is comes and collected, then we change the collecting tube and the intermediate size protein will get collected, and then you change the tube and small size protein will collected here, and whatever the result, it will shown here in the form of graph because it is chromatography. Okay, so it is shown in graph. Now this protein, first of all large protein is comes out. Why not small protein, small size protein is coming out? The reason is, like these beads are porous, so the small size or intermediate size protein goes inside the beads because it is porous. Okay, and the large size protein comes out and collected in this collecting tube, and then you will get this kind of graph. So what is this graph is saying? So this straight line, first of all this x axis is for volume and this y axis is denoting absorbance. Okay, so this straight line is indicating that the collected what is collected in the collecting tube, it is buffer, and then there is a peak which denoting, which is indicating that you have collected protein which is of large size, and then again straight line for buffer, then again a peak for the intermediate size protein, and then again straight line, then again peak which is for the small size protein. Okay, so before further understanding it, look here, this is in detail. So here there are three columns are shown here. These are the beads which are stationary phase. So except this stationary phase, this there is a black dots are present which is mobile phase. Okay, so this mobile phase volume is known as VO, void volume, or we can say mobile phase volume, and there are whole column is marked by the black color. So this is whole volume, total volume, which is denoted by VT. Here the stationary phase and the mobile phase both are collected. Okay, and here only the beads volume, it means that only the stationary phase volume is showing here. So this is find by the denoted by the VI inner volume, and it can be calculated by VT minus VO. Clear? It is known as inner pore volume or stationary phase volume. and two things are also there. What is VE? VE is elution volume and RT is retention time. So elution volume, it means whatever is coming out from this column, it is known as eluting here. So it is elution volume. Okay. So initial volume, elution volume A, elution volume B, elution volume C. What is A, B and C? So A is for the large size protein and B is for the intermediate size protein and C is for the small size protein. Clear? So let's begin. So if here this straight line is showing the buffer volume, okay, it is denoted by VO, which is only mobile phase volume, and then we have collected here at this peak A protein, large size protein, it is denoted by VE, elution volume for A, VEA. Okay, then again straight line, then again for volume B protein, VEB, then again further for VEC. Okay, so for this straight line, this is VO for mobile phase, then up to here first peak, this is known as VEA, A protein volume, and then up to this second peak, it is VEB, B protein volume. Okay, and total from initial position to the final position, it is known as VET, total volume. Okay, this is total volume, this is. Okay, so for calculating the volume, we have to calculate distribution coefficient, which is denoted by KD, and KD is calculated by VE minus VO upon VI. Okay, elution volume minus mobile volume and divided by VI in a volume, and when we are calculating average, its average, so we have to substitute the value of VI. From here VI is equal to VT minus VO, so it can be calculation, we can calculate from here average. Okay, so by calculating distribution coefficient, we can calculate the molecular weight of the sample, whatever we have taken, it may be protein or polysaccharide or nucleic acid. So this is all for the gel chromatography. So if you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. If you have any kind of doubt, so you can comment in the comment section, and you can follow my Instagram page, Fast Learning Classes. So thank you for watching.